Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Glad you could make it. I understand that some of you have your TVs on in the background or are going to disappear for a bit and find out what Jeff Bezos has this big announcement that's going to be on 60 Minutes. So I would love to know, too. So if anybody could, report back if you are watching that, it's okay. We'll forgive you for leaving the show for a bit. Oh, you like this is my vintage Hang 10 shirt I found at a thrift shop. I got it to sell and then I fell in love with it. So it's one of my favorite shirts. Thanks for noticing. It's uber cool. Uber cool. I got told that I dressed retro. And I got told that was cool, but then I started thinking about it. It's like, I think I still dress the way I dressed in the 80s. So it's not intentional. It's just what I'm comfortable in. So I guess that's okay now, once you get past a certain point. All right, guys, welcome to the show. I am Danny Ackerman of the Danni app, and we meet here every Sunday night at 5 p.m. Pacific time. You wear mostly PJs? Lucky you. Confession, I was in my PJs today until about 2 hours ago. So yeah, that is the joy of working from home and selling on eBay, isn't it? Yeehaw, yeehaw. I only dress up on Sunday evenings and when I'm out in public with you guys. There we go. All right. You guys have any issues during the show, please send an email to support@spreecast.com. Most things are either on their end or on your broadband end, which means if you have a lot of tabs open, particularly Facebook, I just closed mine down. Facebook is a big broadband sucker and takes a lot of the memory from your computer. So a lot of times just shutting down that one tab will free up enough space and make the show run smoothly. All right, I upgraded to the super duper bestest business connection that I could, so I've done everything I can to come to you trouble-free, so hopefully that works. All right, how was your Black Friday? Did you guys go out, find some great deals for resale, or dare I say Christmas shopping? Yeah, don't fret if the sales have not started coming in yet. Remember, Black Friday and Saturday and this weekend is really about people going out into retail. They are not really on their computer shopping on eBay. But we have Cyber Monday tomorrow. And Cyber Monday has historically been the day now people bring it back to the internet. And hopefully we'll find you guys. So I will tell you some things that I am doing to try and drum up that traffic and drum up those sales. So number one, you guys, you gotta have great pictures. I mean, that is the be-all, end-all now of your listings and getting the sale, because it's not enough to just come up in those listings, in those search results. You've got to have the picture that makes somebody want to click over. So we're going to be talking a lot about that in this year to come, because that's where it's all at. I'm telling you, technology is going to image-based searching and recognition, and that's really, really important. So we've got that, and of course you've got the Cassini puzzle, and we are doing a Cassini webinar, and I set the date, and I forgot to put it on my list, so hang on one second. I will tell you. It is December 19th. It's just the Thursday, December 19th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. I will be holding a Cassini training webinar. So be watching for that announcement. I've got to get a page put up to get you guys over there to register. So we're going to get you all up to speed for 2014 and make sure that you are ready to go with the optimal titles and pictures and all that great stuff. So be watching for that. So I actually ran a markdown, and from Markdown Manager, which I don't do very often. You guys that know me know how I feel about doing constant sales. Doing a sale should be something that is done for a very short period of time, so it gives your customers that sense of urgency. They don't just get used to you running a sale all the time. Or you can do another thing that I do, and that is set up a special category in your eBay store. Call it clearance, call it special values, call it markdown savings, whatever in your niche the industry standard wording is. Now run a markdown just on things in that category and shove things into that category that have been listed in your store for, you know, however many days you set. For me, it's 6 months. Right now, I'm kind of behind, and I'm working on my things that are 9 months to a year old and throwing them now into that category. But run your sale on that category, because that's the category people will come to and expect to find savings. So they'll see that nice markdown and keep best offer on stuff. Heck yeah. I tell them, hey, you don't like my markdown price? Make your own. And that's how I clearance that stuff without cheapening everything in my store, because I don't like to run everything on sale. When you go to these Black Friday sales, Walmart and Target and all of that, they don't have every single thing in the store marked down, right? They do it on specific items that they really, really want to clear. Well, what about best offer on lower priced items? Wendy, yeah, I put best offer on everything. Number one, you know me. I don't sell things under about 20 bucks unless I have a lot of them and I'm making that depth of inventory profit margins. But for the most part, I price stuff up above those margins so that when they do make an offer, I can still sell it. I want every ka-ching on my phone to be one that's worth looking at. Okay? I don't want to look at it and go, only 12 bucks. I don't want to take that. Yeah, so that's my personal business model, because I frankly just don't have time to be listing, packing, and shipping items under 20 bucks. Just don't have time for it. I've got too much other stuff going on. And so some of you are taking the best offer feature off of your items that are $20 and under, and I would say be careful with that. Rather than take best offer off of those items, look at whether you should be offering those items in the first place. Do they really work for your business? Because if you have to take best offer off of those items, then I would challenge you that those might not be items that you want to be offering in the first place, okay? So just really think about that. Analyze your store, analyze the time you spend on those items, and if people can't come in and make an offer, what is the likelihood that you're going to sell that item at that price that you need to get? And I'm not saying one way or another, because I don't know exactly what you have listed, but it is something you really want to give some thought to, because it really does take just as much time to list a $200 item with a $150 profit margin as it does a $20 item with a $10 to $15 profit margin. See where I'm going with that? Time is money, so make sure that you are definitely making the money you need to make. And for some of you, not putting the best offer works really well. And again, it's something you have to know your numbers. You have to look and test it. I would challenge you that if you don't put that best offer on anything under $30, try it for a couple weeks to a month, see what it does to your sales. See if it makes a difference. See if it drives more traffic to your other items. You don't know unless you try it. Don't know unless you try it. All right? And so I've been getting the Amazon has sold your item thing. So now we are at that time of year. The Amazon sales are picking up. So for those of you doing FBA, really, really get that stuff in. I can't stress that enough. If you are an FBA seller, do not procrastinate sending those boxes in, because it can take, you know, sometimes a week for the box of stuff to get to the warehouse, and then they take a few more days. So you're looking at up to like 2 weeks before it's checked in and selling, and we're running out of time. I don't know if you noticed, but today is December 1st. So, man, it snuck up on us. It snuck up on us. Yes, and is okay. So what is Jeff's big announcement over there on Amazon? Anybody got that yet? Anybody know? No? Octocopters. What are octocopters? Was that the big announcement? Something about octocopters? You guys, I like catching like little bits and pieces coming through the chat, trying to keep up with you guys. Amazon's flying delivery service, Airbots? Really? Alrighty then. Hey, you know what? If they can pull it off, here's the thing though, at what point is faster old news? I mean, at some point, something else has to give. I am reading a really good book right now. I highly recommend this book to any of you guys out there because you're all entrepreneurs. Who watches Shark Tank? You know, Barbara Corcoran, I think is her last name, the real estate lady. She wrote a book, and I don't have it in front of me, so maybe my mom knows what the name of the book is because my mom loaned it to me. What's the name of her book? Anyway, I'm reading her book, and I'm only in the first few chapters, and I'm already enthralled at what she's saying. I mean, she literally went with a $1,000 loan from her boyfriend, and I know it's sharks is in the title, but I don't remember the title. Maybe somebody can look it up while we're doing this. So she literally took $1,000 and turned that into an empire just by thinking outside the box. She started renting these New York apartments. She was given one apartment to start with to prove that she could do it. And she's looking in like the ads and thinking she can't afford to place these big fancy ads. Shark Tales, thank you. And so she came up with something different. She told the owner of the apartment building, and I don't know how these work back there, but they were all the same. And she says, we need to put up a wall. And he was like, really? She says, yeah, I will get you $20 more a month for your apartment if you put up a wall between the kitchen and the living room. And so he did, and she placed the ad now saying that this apartment was a one-bedroom / den. Just that little bit of work that made it a completely different thing for basically the same amount of money. And the guy was so impressed with her that now, you know, he gave her more apartments to rent, and, you know, and it kind of snowballed. Only because she knew she had to come up with a different, better way to do what everybody else was doing. And that's what we have to do also in our eBay businesses. You know, there's a lot of the same stuff out there for sale. So we have to get creative. We have to come up with ways to make ours stand out. Could be the exact same item, but we find a way to sell the sizzle. And that's kind of what I've been teaching you guys for the last couple of years is you don't have to compete on price. You don't have to compete and do what everybody else is doing. You can find different ways to do it. Oh, yes, I loved her thing about, what was that? If you don't have big breasts, put ribbons on your pigtails. Isn't that great? She worked in a diner. She worked in a diner where they had counter space, and the other waitress in there was this big bosomed woman who the guys would flock over to her section. And so she got smart and used what she had and put pigtails in and made herself, you know, that innocent little girl look, and she drove her own customers right to her counter space. Smart lady. I can't wait to like really get in more into this book. It's a really, really good book so far. Yes. Yeah, so I highly, highly recommend reading books like that, you guys. And we're going to talk more about, you know, narrowing in on your niches, and I'm going to help you guys with that, and so much great stuff. My planning calendar for 2014, I got to tell you, is already full. I have so many ideas and so many things. I want to break things down to you because I know we get on this information overload. I mean, it is a fact. I do it because I'm out there pulling up all these newsletters about technology coming and, you know, the latest SEO stuff and everything that we need to do, because I have to pass that on to my appsters. And I tell you, it gets very, very overwhelming. And so I am finding ways to break down this information and bring it to you guys the way I want it brought to me. So that's kind of what I'm figuring out how to do, and I have a whole year's full of doing that. I'm very excited about some of the stuff coming up, if I do say so myself. The whole Danni app website is being redone as we speak. I can't wait for the reveal. I was hoping I could reveal it by December 1st, but that didn't happen because today is December 1st. There's a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to have done by December 1st, and it didn't happen. So give me 2 more weeks, and we're going to have everything all up and running. Yes. But I promise you guys, 2014 is a year. I feel it. Who wants a 6-figure eBay income, or wants to sustain a 6-figure eBay income if you already have one? Yay, good. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm all about doing that this year. All about the 6-figure eBay income. You know, Amazon's okay. I get it. I know we got to do this multi-channel thing, but I don't love Amazon at all. In fact, I'm about at the point of bringing all my Amazon stuff home and just selling it on eBay. I'm just, yeah. Oh, trouble's in the house. Watch out. He got back to his computer, I see. He wants to retire, so he definitely wants me to get that done. Although I got to tell you, in the midst of all that's going on, the man wants to move again. So we found a house. We should find out tomorrow for sure if we got it, but cross fingers, we will be moving over the next couple of weeks. Yes. He just wants to stay home and try to keep my kids out of the emergency room. Yes, yes, yes. More room, more room. Oh, Gary, you're funny. Gary helped me move last time. He says he's going out of town. I don't blame you. I don't want to move me again either.